Authorities have to act and ensure that measures are in place to prevent disasters such as the recent devastating floods in KwaZulu-Natal. And that's according to a representative of the Southern African Faith Communities Environment Institute, Gabriel Manyangadze. He was among the panelists in a webinar that was hosted by the University of KwaZulu-Natal.
Laguna Mkhize was one of the hundreds of flood victims to seek refuge at a local community hall in flood-stricken Marion Hill. Mkhize, like thousands of residents, lost her home and all her possessions. She's also suffered the trauma of losing 4 of her grandchildren. The Faith and Hope community organisation helped her and others with food, water, blankets and shelter. The organisation is still providing for 10 families at the hall.
So we've been fundraising and looking and asking from good humanitarians and Samaritans in our area and also, everywhere. So they've been able to assist us in terms of supporting us with food, blankets, mattresses, etc. So we have been able to make sure that the people who lost their loved ones are able to bury their loved ones.
Faith-based organisations also stepped in to relieve the suffering of victims. Churches opened their premises as temporary shelters, and often organisations picked up the slack where government lacked capacity. The Gift of the Givers is a key player in helping to facilitate repairs to damaged infrastructure.
600 schools have been damaged. The first few schools have been massive damage. We've given contracts for 15 million rand for the first few schools to be repaired. We're doing what is called jetting, cleaning out all the stormwater drains in the schools, which are filled with sand and silt, which means later on if there's another flood, then the drains will get flooded again and the schools will get damaged again. So we're cleaning that out. The health department has asked us to assist us. We're going to look at that. 180 million rand worth of damage to health facilities.
Faith-based organisations say because they are closer to communities, they can respond quicker than government when disasters strike.
We need to take heed of what science has already given to us. And as people of faith, we are calling everybody that morally we have something that we have to do as far as assisting people before disaster struck. It is important for us to share with people of faith that there are areas that are most vulnerable to the disasters and to let them know that they need to move, as was already mentioned earlier on, to safer places.
Experts on the panel said the role of civil society should not be underestimated, and they often play a role where governments fail. Renee Heine, SABC News, Durban.